everybody. Welcome back. So today's story is about how I got my face smashed in Alaska. Yes, I have bolts and pins and titanium and... Man, I wonder why he gets into all this stuff. What's wrong with him? You know, it's like, if you really examine the details and the facts of the stories I tell you, that's why I'm telling them to you, because I want you guys to help me figure out, was it my fault? Or was there some other factor? You know, what was the reason? What was the cause? Cause and effect, causality, you know, all those things. So thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Maybe send some advice for me in the future, or possibly some things that you've gone through that you learned a lesson about that I could learn the lesson from. You know, I'm trying to learn what not to do. So I arrived in Anchorage from Hawaii. I was on the Big Island before, and I was going to get a job, a summer job, you know, a seasonal job. They have a lot of jobs out there. And basically, I skated down through the peninsula, the Kenai, and from Anchorage, there's like a nice road, actually. Like, I don't know how I found it. I wasn't looking it up. I just used my, I don't know, some sort of intuition told me just go down this road and I'm skateboarding, and it was for a day or two, a day and a half. And I would pull to the side, of course, drink some water, eat some trail mix. Maybe I had some beef jerky or whatever. It wasn't just straight skating, but a lot of it was, because believe it or not, it's downhill. It's super sweet, you guys. If you guys ever go to Anchorage, there's a little path there. I don't know what it's called. I'll try to find it. I've looked for it, but I can't figure out what it's called. But it's on the way to the Kenai Peninsula. You're going south. So, dude, got off the plane, just started mashing, dude. I was just mashing. Yeah, this looks like the right way. I looked at a little, it's I know I gotta go south, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna go south. I was looking at my GPS, yeah, this is south. So I was just going through, and made it there, ended up meeting some guys there, at a camping spot, and I put my tent up, and then, it was Cinco de Mayo, you know, and, I'm technically a Mexican-American, a Chicano. I don't know about Mexico. I don't even speak Spanish, so I was like, well, let's party it up anyways, you know. So we just partied up. They were Alaskan natives. Same difference. It's another reason to party, right? So we go to the bar, we're chilling, playing pool. I'm sharking it. And we had a great time. Everything was perfect that night. We went back, we all went to sleep, because I had just got there the day before. You know what I mean? I'm playing guitar in the morning. We're having a bonfire in the morning, cooking breakfast. You know, we're doing it right. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. And then we get ready to go fishing. We're just going out there on the ATV. It was a Polaris, kind of a off-road utility vehicle. Big sucker, big boy, heavy duty. Not just like your regular ATV, you know. And the dude goes up this little incline and lets it coast backwards. And I'm like, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. I tell him, I'm on the back seat, right? He does it again. And then this time, it just goes backwards. And all I see is boom. I immediately like get up and I'm like, whoa. And it's like stars and I'm like, whoa. And everyone's like, oh my God. And I was like, what? And I realized I'm bleeding everywhere. And I'm like, oh. So I started tilting my head back. And then there's like, I'm swallowing blood, you know, I'm just swallowing my own blood. And I thought I was gonna die. I really did. I wasn't scared, I was just like, okay, God, well, I've had a good life, so I'll see you soon, right? You know? And I just stayed alive, you know. I remember looking out into the water, and I started doing like some Tai Chi, and I was just like, and then I go, can you guys call the ambulance? So they finally, like, we got back on the ATVs, they took me to like someone's cabin, and then we called the paramedics from there, because there was no service where we were at. And so some nice lady like let me into her house, and I'm just like dripping blood everywhere all over her floor. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's okay. And I was like, oh. In my head I was like, whoa, this isn't good. But I was like, well, just stay awake. I was like, I'm just gonna stay awake, because I don't want to die like this. Like, this sucks. So I was like, I'll just stay awake. So I stayed awake, never knocked out, through the whole thing. But no pain. No pain at all, which was pretty strange. I guess they say the shock, the adrenaline, it helps with that. Then the cabin called the ambulance, and then they got me and took me to Ninilchik, close by some sort of small facility. And then they ended up driving me to an airport and then put me on like a private little jet, you know, a small plane. And whoa, we're flying, and it's like raining, and I'm like, oh great, I almost died, and now I'm really almost gonna die, because I saw La Bamba, you know, and I hated small planes, and I don't like flying in general. So I'm like, oh great, I'm like already messed up, and I'm like, great, this is perfect. So I ended up making it, landing, then they take me off, but eventually they gave me the morphine. And I just remember like cracking jokes in the hospital. All the nurses were laughing. I was like, I don't know where I was coming up with these jokes. I don't remember all the jokes I was saying, but that's the one I do remember. There was a few jokes. I was just like, my sense of humor kicked in, you know, and that happens sometimes when people get hurt. For some people. And I was just like, yep, I'm fine. I'm alright. I used to look like Johnny Depp, but now I look like Johnny Wept. Because my face was all like this. And yeah, they were like, well, you know, we can do your surgery here in Alaska. We've never done facial reconstructive surgery before, but we'll try our best. I was like, thank you, but no. I'll go to California, where they have the best plastic surgeons. So, and then I knew my aunt. She worked at a hospital, and she called her people, they called their people, they got me in with the best surgeon. And you can't tell the different impressions, but I'm pretty sure if I didn't have the muscle here and the cheeks, you would tell there's like some deformities, but they did a pretty good job. Loma Linda University surgeons, they had to do titanium plates and wiring through here, my maxilla. This was split open, so they had to titanium plate it, bolts on my mandible. And then this was my something with an AU, ox. So this is maxilla. This is some kind of, I forgot what they were called by now, but it's like your cheekbones. These have titanium plates and bolts. I'm looking like MF Doom over here, like some gladiator face kind of thing. And they did a really good job, you know. I look somewhat similar to what I had looked like previously before the accident. Everything was like broken and back. They had different photos of me, and they're like, yeah, they did their best, so I look pretty close to what I used to look like. Doctor said it's a miracle that you survived, that there's no brain damage. I did like have some sort of like post-traumatic stress though. Like when people are doing really stupid things that could like hurt me, I kind of go like, hey guys, I've been in the hospital. Like, it's not fun. It's not a fun place. You know, my jaw was wired shut, and I had to get fed through a syringe. Like, I like the green drinks, you know, with the spirulina, the blue-green algae, the vitamins, you know, all the nutrients, the fruits and vegetables. I had to drink that for like 4 months. I was like bedridden, lost like 30 pounds. I did have nerve damage, and then my eyes were kind of different, but I think my eyes kind of got better. So, yeah, wear your helmets. When you're on an ATV or a utility vehicle, wear a helmet. And don't have a friend that's like, hey, let's do something crazy when you don't have helmets on. That's the kind of lesson I learned. Yeah, so that's just another story, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, have a good one. See you next time. It's not goodbye, just see you later. Aloha.